Hey everyone, Catch 'em All Collectibles here. Just wanted to have the playmat clear so you could take in the sweet Charmander playmat. I've been on a playmat kick recently, and this one's funny. I actually was talking with Nick a few weeks back. I'm actually recording this at the end of September. You might not see this until a week or two from now because I'm a few videos ahead, but yeah, this playmat, I completely missed it on the pre-orders. I don't look at supplies too much. I don't really buy a ton of them, but Nick asked me if I had pre-ordered this. I said no, I missed the boat on it. He had gotten a bunch in. I was planning on just buying a couple from him because it's Charmander and I had to have it. And then I looked on eBay quick. I was able to pick up a few of these playmats for under $10 a piece when my distributor pricing would have been a little over 12. It was just funny. I think the retail on these is $19.99, so I pay probably depending on the playmat 10 to 12 bucks. And yeah, it just shows that playmats really a lot of the mass-produced ones probably aren't the greatest investments or anything, but I have had my eye on catching up with the world's playmats that I've missed and some of the more not necessarily staff or competitor ones, but yeah, I love using the playmats as a background for videos, sorting cards, opening packs, whatever I'm doing. It's just a nice surface to work on. But yeah, let me actually get to the return. So I had a 400 card CGC return bulk. I'm not going to show you everything. There's a lot of the same. There's a lot of WotC, PSA or CGC 8.5, 9, a few 9.5s, Jungle Fossil, Base Fourth. I'm just going to show you CGC 9s only, aside from some of the Japanese stuff. I actually had some kind of shockers in here. Not these ones, but I had some surprising things for a bulk submission. So yeah, you'll see those a little bit later on in the video. Maybe I'll put timestamps for people who don't want to wait till the end but want to see the big hitters. Things that had no right being in bulk. Not obscene, but things into the four figures for sure. But yeah, this is kind of one of the staple promos that have entered a lot of my grading submissions. I mean, Mewtwo Strikes Back, Armored Mewtwo, what's not to love? I guess what's not to love is the way they package this thing. Whatever this thing is, I think I've talked about the packaging before, but never had one handy, so I figured I'd talk about it in this video. Whatever this thing is they put in here, yeah, it's packed against the card, and let's see if I can find it. Probably have to blind you to find it, but okay, so yeah, right there. You can see a big bend, which I must have missed because I was just 400 card submission. I was chucking these things out before the prices went up. So yeah, there were two that I unfortunately missed on. These ones were in pretty good shape, but again, CGC 8.5s, from what I've seen, a lot of the times they're roughly equivalent to a PSA 9, so it is what it is there. I did have a little bit of, I won't take too much time with this, modern. I threw out a little bit of Hidden Fates because I love Hidden Fates. A lot of people love Hidden Fates, and yeah, even though they're cheap cards, again, you can't replicate the fact that I paid 10 bucks a piece for these with subgrades or whatever it was at the time. The grading is not going to be that cheap again anytime soon, so I'm glad I was able to get a decent bit of inventory at those low prices. I think I've just got these 2 stacks of Hidden Fates. Then I'll show you a little bit of, oh yeah, I actually graded. Again, I love Charmander. To me, I mean, cost basis, it's a 3-cent bulk card, $10 grading. I mean, I think that will sell for 20 bucks. Not that you're making a killing, but you're turning a 3-cent card into $3 to $5 profit. Not gonna retire off that alone, but it is a decent like add-on item for people or something. These are just some probably cards I had kicking around my binders. Really common Neo Premium File promo, but I have no idea what the value is. I'm assuming that one's decent for what I probably had into it, almost nothing years ago. Let me show you one of the nice stacks. I might have grabbed the nicer one, I don't know. This Lost Remover promo is something that I saw in a random, it might have even been Sakari. Sakari is a good one. Nick and I had him on our podcast several episodes ago. Really cool videos he does on value cards, kind of more obscure artwork. This is something that I hadn't seen until when I saw it. I'm like, I'll go to buy and grab a few of those. Really cool promo. Indigo Plateau. Not much needs to be said there. Brings you back to the still got to figure out my lighting. I've got certain blind spots I can't use. Screen promos, which are a never-ending staple. I've mentioned in my past videos, you're going to see them in every single return I get from now until maybe a decade from now, because as I sell PSA 10s of them, I occasionally will still pick up sets at the going market rate, raw. So this is the stack. I guess I went here. Let me not go into that whole stack. But yeah, Burn Tower. This is a promo that's done really well. Again, really nostalgic. Pokemon Crystal was my favorite game. That takes you right back to when the legendary dogs dispersed. Well, you had the chance to catch Suicune, right? And then Entei and Roku ran off and you had to go find them in the wild. But I also did have kind of a different thing. I graded a ton of the starters in base unlimited and fourth print, 1999 to 2000. But I also, years ago, I opened one. So yeah, there's a fourth print. Here's a random German Bulbasaur. I did open one of every base set first edition box aside from English. So I believe I hit them all. Korean, Chinese, Italian, French, German, Dutch, probably Spanish, Portuguese. I can't think of them all off the top of my head, but I'm quite certain that I opened every single one. One of these days, I'm going to kind of dig back into the archives and make a spreadsheet for you guys. Every box that I opened, like one of each box that I opened back in the day, the date that I bought it and the price paid. I actually have a tote kicking around of all the empty boxes too. I think that would make a really cool picture, or maybe a backdrop for the video. Just stack them all up against the wall and yeah, just kind of bask in the glory of those mementos, bringing me back to opening them. I said it before. Part of the reason I started this YouTube channel is so that I could document largely for myself some of the things that I open, some of the products, collections that I buy, because I mean, I have memories of all that. 7 years I've been back into the hobby, but the memories would be a lot stronger and it would be a lot cooler to be able to actually rewatch those openings and relive it a little bit more specifically, I guess. So down to the last stack now. I did show the first Burn Tower. I was picking up all of these that I could find that looked mint. That one's a straight 9.5. For a few months there, I've actually been really bad about checking Bai lately, but the last couple times I checked it, I haven't seen many Indigo Plateaus and Burn Towers. Maybe I have no idea on how rare they actually are. Maybe the supply's actually drying up. Maybe they've just been bought up and a lot of them are in the backlogs. But I did also have a random Masaki set that was in pretty good shape. I mean, CGC 8 to 8.5 for that set. I was really shocked to find these. I mean, I thought I would have submitted all these at like standard or higher. So to see that these handful of cards were buried in a bulk submission. I mean, it was nice to find. It was unexpected. I guess I had a couple more cards I accidentally buried here. Yeah, nothing great, just some modern promo stuff. But yeah, that's everything I had. Really, really cool find. I hope I'm surprised by more of the bulk that I threw out there. I mean, to find Screams aren't that surprising just because I paid so little for them, but like these I was paying hundreds of dollars for, and I believe these would be worth over $1,000. I think a couple of PSA 10 sold in the low thousands. But the Masaki's, like Gengar in an 8.5 is probably over 1,000. No upcharges or anything like that. I'm pretty sure if I had put these cards and some of the, probably not any of the ones besides Gengar, but I think those would have gotten upcharged potentially at PSA. So I guess I was happy to not get any upcharge unless it comes later on. I don't know. But yeah, I'm recording this September 29th. You might not see it till mid-October or so. I like to usually wait to record the videos until a day or two before I post it, but sometimes I'm going to be busy, so I like to get ahead. If any big news drops, I usually like to talk about it while I'm going over a return. So hopefully nothing too crazy happens, but I'm sure something will. Anyways, that is all I have for the video. 350 cards, 320 cards maybe that I didn't show you that are just, yeah, sub $50 standard inventory, and then hopefully this handful that I showed you was a bit more interesting. Moving ahead, I'll probably try to do just more like highlights, kind of like James ZNG does of his returns with graded gem. I'll just kind of try to do like keep it under 100 cards at least. More of a highlight video than showing 10 of every jungle common that I graded. So yeah, that's everything. I appreciate you all watching, and I will catch you all later.